Do you know how I, a robber with an IQ of 180, robbed a bank? We didn't take any money. Instead, we made the hostages strip naked, but we didn't harm anyone. Then when the police stormed in, they didn't find us in the bank, and even our weapons were just toy guns. Not only was no money missing from the vault, but no hostages were injured either. The robbery seemed to have never happened, but in fact, we made $5 million, so how did we do it? My name is Russell. I disguised myself as a construction worker and used an infrared spotlight to disable the surveillance equipment. Meanwhile, my team entered the bank and locked the doors from the inside. When the security guard realized something was wrong and was about to ask questions, a cold object pressed against his waist. Then the show began. We easily took control of everyone. A patrol officer noticed something was off in the bank and immediately called for backup. Soon, a large number of SWAT teams arrived and surrounded the bank. But I didn't panic, because this was part of my plan. I had my teammates collect the hostages' phones and keys. Then, I had the hostages remove their clothes and put on uniforms. We also put on the same clothes and masks. We then randomly assigned the hostages to different rooms. Just then, an elderly man suddenly felt unwell. I immediately took him out for medical treatment. This demonstrated my humanitarian spirit, stabilized the hostages, and also served as a provocation to the police. Once all preparations were complete, it was time to get down to business. When I saw the large amount of cash stored in the room, I didn't get excited and ignored the more valuable safe. Finally, I entered the storage room. I looked around and said, "This is perfect." Then I had my teammates move the shelves and start smashing the floor. You'll never guess what I really wanted. The police sent an expert with negotiation experience, Kyle, to participate in the hostage rescue. He tried to contact me by phone, but I refused to speak with him. The surveillance cameras had been destroyed, so he knew nothing about the situation inside the bank. Kyle was at a loss. I suddenly released another hostage. There was a large box hanging around his neck. The police were concerned that it might contain weapons, so they handled it with extreme caution. Inside the box was a letter I had written. I instructed the police to prepare 2 fully fueled cars and a fully fueled helicopter for us by 9 p.m. Otherwise, we would send one person to meet their maker every hour thereafter. To ensure police cooperation, I sent another lengthy letter as a threat to the authorities.